What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadski and I am back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video we are going to be going ahead and doing a showcase video for the newest legend on One Piece Treasure Cruise Global, which is going to be version 2 Shanks. So if you guys have not seen the video where I actually did pull this Shanks, go ahead and click the card at the top of the video. Make sure you go check that out. It was an absolutely amazing video. So talking about Shanks, the newest legend on Global, as we said, and in my personal opinion, I do believe he is probably the best, or if not, like definitely like top 2 or top 3. Because he is so flexible, you can really get around any debuff that you need to get around, as long as you do fulfill his certain condition. But let's go ahead and go through Shanks. So Shanks is an int, free spirit, cerebral character. As you can see, he's got 5 socket spots, 55 cost, and at max level with max limit break. And also he's got max candies as well, 4240 HP, 1914 attack, and 470 recovery. When you go ahead and limit break him, he gets 3 potential abilities. First one is the provoked attack, or the enrage boost, going all the way up to 200. The second one is side damage reduction, up to 7%. And his third one is pinch healing, which will go ahead and heal 2 times his recovery if your health is below 30% when you hit a perfect limit break potential abilities. But now let's talk about his captain ability and special ability. His captain ability will go ahead and be a rainbow captain 2.75 times, as well as a 1.3 times health boost. However, if 4 or more characters of the same type are on your crew, so this is what I mean by him being flexible. The fact that he is just an all-round, boost all characters by 3.5, as long as you do fulfill that condition of having 4 characters in your crew being the same color. Now, in this video that we are going to be doing, there are a couple of different clips that I wanted to show you guys. One is an int team, one is a strength team, and one is a side team. So you don't have to just go ahead and run, the solo int with the Shanks in order for him to be really good. You guys are going to be seeing in this video there are actually lots of different teams you can build with this guy to enable you to clear content with him as a captain. So overall, as a captain, 3.5 times attack, unconditional in the middle of a run, so there's nothing in the middle of a run that can really disable your captain effect, unless if obviously you are despaired. Unlike other orb reliant captains or tap timing reliant captains, 3.5 times in the middle of the run, all the time, fantastic captain ability. His special ability will max at 14 turns with limit break. When it's not limit broken, it maxes at 15, starting off at a 20 turn cooldown. It will go ahead and boost if 4 or more characters of the same type are on your crew. He changes all slots on your crew, including block slots, into that type that is dominant on your crew. Additionally, on top of all of this, he boosts the dominant color's attack by 2.25 times. Chain multiplier. This 0.9 chain boost is amazing because it means the first attacker on your attacking chain is going to be a 2.2 times attack, and then on the final hit it's a 3.4 times. You can get some crazy damage output just with this special alone. This guy's special will go ahead and enable you to basically just solo Colosseum bosses with how powerful it is. And the fact that he is a full board orb manipulation as well as a type booster. So if you are going ahead and running a mono team, a mono int with this guy, that is obviously best case scenario because all characters get the type boost. But even still, even if he isn't going to be getting a type boost with other colors on your crew, he still provides quick. His first one will go ahead and state that if 4 more characters of the same type are on your crew, obviously, keeping in line with his condition, he boosts that type character's attack by 125. Really great sailor ability. And his secondary one will make crew's size slots have matching slot effects. Now, it was actually funny because I see a lot of people in Japan when they do. I was always confused as to why they would do that, and it actually makes a lot of sense. The fact that he does make side counters beneficial, meaning that even though his special ability is semi-useless because 2 of the 3 effects do not get activated, he will still provide the ability for the size slots of judge teams to be beneficial, and he does provide a 0.9 chain boost, which is actually quite powerful as well. But overall, as a sub or a captain, this guy is going to be an amazing unit, not only right now, but he is basically future-proofing yourself if you do have him, because Shanks honestly one of the best legends in One Piece Treasure Cruise. So the first thing that you guys should be seeing here is going to be the clip of the V2 Shanks team against Clash Fujitora, as well as the Ambush Quest Shanks. So this is kind of like a congratulations, you played yourself, having Shanks versus Shanks. And with this specific team, it's a little bit weirdly structured, you guys are seeing here, utilizing double Shanks. We also have Pedro because he is an int orb booster, an all-round orb booster. We've also got Reiju. Now Reiju isn't really anything for Fujitora specifically, but Reiju helps out significantly against the Ambush Quest Shanks because she does remove Despair and Paralysis, so that's extremely of the Clash Fujitora, enabling you to bypass the defensive effects of Stage 3 to just do some fixed damage and kill off all of those characters. And then obviously Smoker, you kind of have to bring this character against Clash Fujitora, enabling you to clear it a lot easier. So you guys will be seeing that when we actually reach this final boss against Fujitora, how easily we take him down. Obviously we do have, you know, the benefit of being type advantage, of being int versus a side boss, of course, but it is still surprising to see how much of a struggle this character or this raid was. You know, damage is not an issue on Shanks teams for the most part. Against most bosses, damage is not really an issue because Shanks' special ability enables you to get so much damage output, having the 0.9 chain boost as well as the 2.25 type boost, as well as a full board orb manipulation in one special is actually crazy, because that enables you to like open up so many free spots on your crew, because you don't need an orb manipulator unless if you need to get rid of certain orbs. You don't need a type booster because Shanks is your type booster, and you know for some pieces of content you might not need the chain boost. You might want to bring a chain locker instead. It does completely depend on things. It frees up so many spots on your crew, which again, as I said earlier on, dedicated to utility specials, meaning that, as I said earlier, Shanks just has that flexibility to get around anything that he really needs to get around. I tried a couple of different team compositions against Fujitora and against Shanks, and you know, I did notice that I was trying to bring some cooldown reducers to make the teams a little bit quicker, but I found that, you know, okay, I don't need to bring cooldown reducers, I actually need a little bit more utility to enable the Shanks fight to be a lot easier. So I take out some cooldown reducers and I put in the Vista, you know, to enable me to deal the fixed damage a bit easier. So I really like that about Shanks, the fact that just because he does so much as a unit, as a singular unit, that you can just bring whatever else you want as a sub. And obviously, depending on what type of content you're facing, you can bring whatever color is beneficial for that particular fight. Now, obviously, against Fujitora I felt was the more difficult of the two fights because he had like 7 million HP, whereas Shanks has like, you know, 3 to 4 million HP. So obviously, if you bring someone that, if you can bring, you know, the type advantage to take on Fujitora, you should be able to take out Shanks, you know, relatively easily from that point on there. Obviously, if it was a little bit different, you know, where you had a type disadvantage on the second fight, it would be a little bit more tricky to take on, but Shanks himself is just an absolute powerhouse with what he can do. Now, looking forward into the future and what you should be expecting heading into the future of Treasure Cruise, if you do have V2 Shanks or are looking to get V2 Shanks, the next batch to come out should be the V2 Sakazuki and the V2 Kuzan batch, along with Rare Recruit Sengoku, Rare Recruit Hina, and also Rare Recruit Brand New. Now, in particular, because Shanks being the int character, you obviously are going to be looking more at the int side of things, because the mono int team with Shanks is quite bizarre, and it is quite absurd how powerful it actually is. And the fact that we are getting a character like V2 Sakazuki, who, if you guys don't know, is also a full board orb manipulator for his particular team as a captain, and also will grant a 2.25 times all with V2 Shanks, who is the type booster for whatever color you have dominant on your crew. So you have orb booster. So yeah, when it kind of comes out, he's definitely going to be a character that you want to try and get your hands on, not only just for Shanks, but you know, he's actually just going to be a great unit overall. But he does, you know, synergize extremely well with Shanks, and that is 100% the character that you should be looking forward to in the future. And additionally, another character that I did mention just in that batch, the Rare Recruit Brand New, is also quite good because he is a really powerful utility unit, and if I look him up really quick, he reduces enemies' threshold damage reduction and also percent damage reduction, so damage, strength, and int characters for 3 turns. So he enables the orb beneficial effect, which is actually Blackbeard, because having the ability to make certain orbs count as beneficial for 3 turns is going to be quite essential for speed clearing that forest, because on stage 19, you know, you do get a little bit of a bad orb negative effect where they count all your orbs as negative. So if you have a buff moving into that room that counts a certain orb as negative or positive, then the enemy cannot give you a 20-turn orb negative debuff. So Rare Recruit Brand New is going to be quite good for certain pieces of content that do utilize the orb negation effect. You guys should be now also be seeing the secondary clip that I've got. So unfortunately, when Lucci came out, I was extremely busy on the day of his release, and then straight after it, we did have the treasure map, so there wasn't really an opportunity for me to actually upload a video against this particular Clash raid boss. However, I did actually farm it. I was busy during the day, but I did end up farming this character out, and this was the team that I used to farm it. So shout out to the Shattered Fortress, who actually did come up with this team concept, and it actually works super duper well. However, it is extremely reliant on you making sure that you do hit every single perfect on the final stage against Lucci, otherwise you will lose. So with this particular team, it actually is quite awesome because the only special, and it really highlights how good the special actually is. Like, I cannot stress that enough, how good it is, being able to boost only, 4 units on your team, and you're still able to deal this much damage with this crew. This crew actually worked extremely well. Obviously, you do have to have Shirahoshi because of the fact that if you do manipulate your orbs, Lucci does bad things, so having Shirahoshi to give you the rainbow orbs does help out significantly. And Pedro honestly could be saved for the final stage, and it would make the final stage a lot easier, but it does help you with speed farming if you go ahead and use it on the stage prior. And obviously Robin is quite useful as well, giving you the fact that she gets rid of special bind. Honestly, 5+ Robin is probably my favorite of the 5+ Straw Hats. Sanji is definitely a close second, but the fact that Robin does so many nice things in terms of utility is just really good for Shanks teams in particular, because obviously, as I said, having the utility is just so easy to just put on the team because you have so much space because of Shanks' amazing abilities. And then moving on to the final clip that I have for you guys in this video, it is going to be a clip that is already been uploaded on my channel, which is the Neo Colosseum Diamante, the Free Spirit variation, now this team worked actually surprisingly well as well. I just thought that, I really wanted to utilize Shanks because obviously he's a new legend, and I just wanted to see how he played out with, something that wasn't an int team, but I also wanted to use Shanks. I was thinking that maybe I could fit in a strength team, because specifically the Mr. 2 Bond Clay is extremely useful because it gets rid of the really low 5% attack and orb boost that Doflamingo gives you on stage 4. So just with that alone, I thought that I'd farm all 15 runs of the Free Spirit variation, and yeah, didn't see any kinks in this team whatsoever, as long as you do stall for all your cooldowns, of course. But anyways, that's been just the very quick showcase video that I wanted to showcase you guys about V2 Shanks, and why I believe he is one of the, if not the best legend on Global as of right now. Now, hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy this video, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and smack the like button down below. And if you want to stay up to date with all content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.